The history of the Ottoman Empire and the legacy it left behind. The rise of the Ottoman Empire. A ruler of the Turkish tribes in Anatolia had a dream of a mighty tree growing out of him and covering the whole world. This ruler was Osman I. The empire was founded by Osman I in 1299. At the time, the empire was a small principality with a few villages and towns and a military force limited to a few hundred soldiers. The Ottoman Empire grew rapidly, as did its military and territory during the next few centuries. In 1326, Murad I became the first Ottoman Sultan to expand and consolidate his empire. He captured territory from Serbia, Bulgaria, and Greece, and began a campaign against the last Byzantine stronghold, Gallipoli. In 1453, Mehmed II conquered Constantinople, now Istanbul, marking the end of Byzantine rule in Anatolia and the Balkans. After the fall of Constantinople, Anatolia functioned as a province of the Ottoman Empire from 1453 until 1923. Under Sultan Bayezid I (1389–1402), the Ottoman Empire began to experience a gradual weakening in power and influence, as this period marked the beginning of their long and steady decline in power because Bayezid I lost the Battle of Ankara from Emir Timur and got captured. Suleiman the Magnificent expanded the empire to its greatest extent ever. He annexed lands as far east as Iraq. His great window on Europe. The Ottoman Empire reached its zenith in the 17th century under Suleiman the Magnificent. His conquests included Hungary, Austria, Wallonia and Bulgaria as well as parts of Greece, Romania and Serbia, and he also established military garrisons across North Africa. The fall of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire was a powerful empire that lasted for 624 years. It had the second largest population in Europe and was the first to include all three continents of Africa, Asia, and Europe. In 1894, the Ottoman Empire lost a war to Russia, and as a result, they lost much of their land in Europe. In 1908, the Young Turks Revolution led to a new government which wanted to modernize Turkey and make it more like Western countries. This led to them being allied with Germany during World War I, which didn't end well for them as they lost more land in Europe. In 1922, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk took over and he wanted a new Turkish republic with Western-style democracy. Under Ataturk, the Turkish government began to secularize and westernize. The goal was to eliminate Islam from the state and take Turkey into a secular society. The Turkish War of Independence wasn't just a military war but also a cultural war that was fought over this issue of how Turkey would be run. Turkey is still recovering from this fall today. Although it's difficult to say exactly how things are going, one can safely assume that they could be better and are certainly not doing as well as they should be. The Ottoman Empire's impact on the world today. The Ottoman Empire was the longest-lasting empire in world history. It was a major power for over 600 years and its legacy is still felt today. The Ottoman Empire's impact on the world today is wide-ranging and can be seen in many different ways, but some of the most significant are as follows. 1. The Ottomans created an Ottoman-style cuisine that has been adapted by other cultures all over the world. 2. The Ottomans have influenced modern-day fashion with their distinctive clothing styles such as turbans, fezes, and kaftans. 3. The Ottomans had contributed to the development of hospitals and healthcare, and witnessed advances in medicine, mining, and military technology. They also set up a leading observatory in Istanbul and established more than 300 centers of learning known as medreses.